Good morning, students. Today, let us go ahead with the next topic of cloud computing architecture, and that is IaaS model, which is basically an acronym for Infrastructure as a Service model. So, this is one of the important services that is provided by the service provider under the SPI service model, which we studied before. So, this is the outline for today's session. We are going to study about the traditional hosted application model, a brief introduction of IaaS model, the advantages, the disadvantages, the features that are basically available for a typical IaaS system, and followed by certain assignments which are very important from JQ exam point of view. So let us study firstly about the traditional hosted application model. So in this model, the vendor provides the entire infrastructure for a customer to run his applications. So the entire infrastructure, which includes the computers, the hardware, the various other softwares which are needed to run that application of the customer on the service provider's infrastructure. So this entails housing dedicated hardware, as I said, that is purchased or leased for that specific application. So this application is going to run on that hardware which is bought or leased, and various other things needed for that particular application to run it as a successful system. But with IaaS model, what happens is the provider provides the infrastructure to run the applications, but the cloud computing approach makes it possible such that you can use those services, or the client can use those services as per pay-per-use model, which says that whenever you use the resources of that specific vendor, you have to pay for the amount of resources that you are using. And also scaling is possible, which means when your application needs more resources, so those scaled services will be provided to the customer on demand. So that is where it is termed as on-demand service model. Then in this case, from the IaaS provider's perspective, he needs to build up the infrastructure that handles the peaks and troughs that are basically the demand of the customer. So peaks and troughs is something like where the application scales in, your application is peaking for the resources, means it is demanding for those resources, and troughs when maybe the resources are not needed, it could be closed. So this adds a new capacity, which means you are demanding the resources. So the overall demand increases, and that means you have to run your application on those demanded services which is provided by the customer. So in a hosted application model, the infrastructure as a service vendor can cover the application hosting only. So or can extend to other services. Other services could be the application support, the application development and enhancement, and can also support the more comprehensive outsourcing of the IT. So here, this is an example of infrastructure as a service where a car is shown and a key is shown. So a key means you are owning the premises. So you are owning your car, right? Everything you are owning. So you can provide those services to the other, like a taxi or various other services which are available. So for example, here if you are leasing a car, you don't have a car, you are leasing a car. So you are using somebody else's infrastructure. So you have to pay for that. So here the person who is actually owning the car, he is giving you his car for lease. So he is the provider and you are the client, and you are using his services. So you are leasing the car. So that is where it comes as infrastructure as a service, because you are leasing the infrastructure. Then we have taxi as a service. On the lower side you can see that is basically platform as a service, where the entire car is provided with maybe with a driver also to the customer. So that is platform as a service. And the other case is where you have a bus. So bus is something like we have BRTS bus, we have the government buses. So these are provided as a service to the customer. So here these can be used by the various customers. Like a bus, you have many clients, right? And every client would have one specific seat for him or her to see. So that is where the same bus is used by many people, but everybody has their own secured location. So that is where software as a service comes into picture. The IaaS model is very similar to utility computing model, in which the basic idea is to offer utility computing services in the same way as the utilities are offered. Like for example, you have your electric meter at home, which measures the units you consume, electrical units you consume per day. Like for example, you are using a AC for some specific time, the meter runs accordingly. You are using a geyser for some time, the meter runs accordingly. So as and when you are using any electric device, the meter runs, which measures the electrical units you are consuming. So similarly here you have the various resources that you will be consuming is the processing power, the disk space and so on, that you have to pay for. So as and when you use the resources, you have to pay. Like for example, as I said, the electric meter measures the resources you have used. So here there is a meter which will measure, and that measurement will be termed as pay per use model. So IaaS is basically a typical service associated with cloud computing, and it refers to online services. So online services is like where you just log into the cloud and the infrastructure you are using, the measurement starts, the softwares you are using, the measurement starts for how long you are using. So here what resources you will be using is the physical computing resources, the location, the data partitioning, the scaling, the security, the backup and so on. So these are some of the infrastructures which you will be using under the infrastructure as a service model. So in cloud computing architecture or the environment, the provider is in complete control of the infrastructure. So the infrastructure you are using, like for example you use Google Colab or any other Gmail service, the entire infrastructure is in the control of the service provider. So utility computing users conversely seek a service that allows him to deploy, manage and scale online services using provider resources. Like for example, whenever you are using Google Colab, you are using the provider's resources. So in that case what happens, you want to deploy and scale, you will be using or doing it in their environment. So that is where utility computing is giving you all these services. So you are using the provider's resources and you pay for the resources that the customer is consuming. Matlab you are consuming, you as a customer. So the customer wants to be in the control of the geographic location of the infrastructure and wants to run on the servers provided by the service provider. Now, like for example, you are belonging to Asia location. So in Asia location, maybe you have some centers which are nearby, like for example in India you are. So you are close connection to the server. So you will be allocated the Indian server. So similarly, if someone from America is accessing and they have a data center there, so Americans will get the American data center. So they are geographically located close to the server. So similarly, your location has to be very close to a specific server. So based on that, the services can be provided. So the customer wants to be in the control of the geographic location. Now this is an example where a cycle is being shown where you have a hardware. Hardware is a part of your data center. Data center will use the different bandwidths. Bandwidths will also have the load balancer. Load balancer basically trying to balance and see that each and every server is going to get equal load. Then you have the virtual server space, which will try to manage the virtual machines and all the virtual resources that are there. All this is managed in the cloud hosting environment, and again it's a cycle. So this entire structure basically is an IaaS model. Now this is another diagram which shows how the infrastructure is used. Like for example, you have a user, he is connected to the internet and he is using the different resources that are at the backend provided by the cloud service provider. Like here for example you can see, and on the lower side you can see there are servers, the storage and the network. So these are all virtualized and that is provided by the cloud service provider through the internet. So a user sitting somewhere, maybe some other country, also can access these infrastructure. So this is an IaaS model. I hope the picture is clear to you all. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of this model. So advantages is you can have an increased performance by using the resources of the cloud service provider, and you do not have to invest anything. You have to just pay for the resources you are using. So your capital investment is basically reduced here. So that is why decreased capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is termed as CapEx. Then you have increased security. Whenever there is a resource provided by the service provider, that resource needs to be provided with a security. The security is already there embedded in the infrastructure. So that is by default available. So you have to use those and you don't have to provide a separate security for your data or for your resources that you are using. Then increase scalability and flexibility, which means whenever your resources are demanding more, resources are being demanded more by the application you are using, so the application will scale, so that is automatically provided, and it is flexible as per your needs. The resources can be provided, and there is an increased support for disaster recovery and business continuity. Now if you are running your business on the cloud, the entire accountability is of the cloud service provider, and he will take care of the in case there is any disaster comes up, so they recover the entire things and provide you all the services. Of course you have to pay for it, so your business is continuously running. In case you have your own infrastructure, which is the other way of considering, so there if everything goes down, you have to reinvest again. So in this case your data is secure as there is security provided, your entire infrastructure is secure because it is provided by the cloud service provider. You are not investing, you are just paying for the resources. But as advantages come up with disadvantages, so these are some of the disadvantages of the IaaS model. So data security issues due to multi-tenant architecture. So multi-tenant architecture also we have discussed before, where same architecture is used by multiple customers and they are termed as tenants. So as it is used, so there could be issues of data security which is actually taken care by the service provider, but still these issues are there. Then vendor outages makes customer unable to access their data for while, like for example your Facebook is down, you are not able to access the Facebook, so that is something termed as vendor outages. So here also if the server which is providing the services is down, or maybe some other issues are there due to which the services are not available, so that is termed as vendor outages. So that can create issues for the customers who are running business. Maybe that is for a while, but still that is going to provide certain issues. And then the new team for team building to learn how to manage the new infrastructure. So whenever things change, the new team has to be trained, and the training issues will take some time, and all those related complications associated with the training of new infrastructure will always come up with this. Then the features that are basically available for a typical IaaS system are scalability. As I said, as your system scales, the resources are provided. Scaling would be when the traffic increases, so scaling comes up. So the ability to scale infrastructure requirements, specifically the computer resources, the memory and the storage, and that is going to be very much in near real time, and that is based on the usage requirement. As I said, your application needs more resources, the scaling is done. And also pay as you go is one of the major features of cloud, because of which it was commercialized. So the ability to purchase the exact amount of infrastructure required at any specific time. So you know you are going to use it only for 2 months, so you have to just pay it for 2 months, or maybe only for few hours, so you have to pay it only for few hours. So that is where pay as you go. And then best of breed technology and resources. So access to the best of breed technology, you do not have to invest for the best. You will be getting the best from the vendors who actually are running a business for you. So best of breed technology is available to you from the other providers, and also superior IT talent, and is available only for a fraction of a cost. So as I said, capex is reduced because you are not investing for the resources. You are using that resources, or hiring that resources, or renting that resources, and just paying the rent for it. And as soon as your project is over, you don't have to use the infrastructure, you can just close down the contract. So that these are some of the major features available for typical IaaS system. So these are some of the assignments important from JQ exam point of view, you can just see, and these are very common questions and very much related to this topic. So if you have any query or any issues with this specific topic, you can contact me at the specific email ID. We are done for today, and if you have any other queries, you can also of course WhatsApp me. Thank you.